cannot claim not to know that this is an illegally segmented project. Governor, you've made many allies by banning fracking, but laying down infrastructure that lashes us to fracked gas for the next 30 to 40 years is a ruinous policy, and it makes your commitment to the Paris Agreement a lie. It ruins our air, poisons our water, and amps up our greenhouse gas emissions. If you allow this project to proceed, make no mistake, you will have gambled away our health and our property rights and relegated us to a sacrifice zone.
In fact, in the Delaware River watershed, right now, the Delaware Riverkeeper Network is fighting no less than 15 fracked gas infrastructure projects seeking to, or actually cutting through the boundaries of our beautiful Delaware River watershed. When it comes to each one of these pipeline battles, including the Millennium Battle, of which we are a very integral part, we find ourselves in the warped world of FERC. In FERC's warped world, facts, science, law, reality are all irrelevant. In FERC's warped world, we all know FERC will always say yes to a pipeline project, no matter how much devastation it will cause for our communities or environment. In FERC's warped world, this government agency is not a regulator. It's a partner to the pipeline industry, a partner willing to do whatever it has to get another pipeline project approved and cutting through our communities. You will be shocked to know, even I was shocked to find out, that we recently exposed FERC hiding information from a state in order to get another pipeline project approved. The information FERC hid was information that proved the pipeline project was not needed, that proved there was another option. And rather than turn this information over to the states and the public, FERC literally scrubbed it from all the documents that it finally released to the states and to the public. And sadly, we all know it's not just FERC that we have to deal with. There are many politicians lined up with the pipeline industries or sitting on the sidelines. But either way you look at it, they're not standing here with us here today against the fracking industry, against these dirty fossil fuel pipelines. They're not standing with us to protect our communities and our environment. Just last week, Senator Schumer had a chance to stand against appointing 2 new pro-industry commissioners to FERC, to say no to FERC's rubber stamp approvals. What did Senator Schumer say? Nothing. Not a word. Not a single thing. Total silence. No words of objection or concern came from Senator Schumer or his office. With agencies and elected legislators like these, more than ever, we need Governor Cuomo. We need New York DEC to stand up and be our champions in these battles, in the battle against Millennium and CPV. The way I see it, we have 2 big battles going on right now in the state of New York. The battle for dirty energy versus the battle for clean water, clean air, and a healthful environment. Only one of those battles can win. Only one can come out victorious. You can't be on both sides of the equation.
Which side are you on?
So as people from New York standing here today, thinking about this battle and wanting to send a message to Governor Cuomo, I'm going to ask you 3 questions. And if you agree with me in the premise of my questions, I'm going to ask you to answer, yes, it is our right. So question number 1, when you drink a glass of New York water, do you expect it will be clean and healthy? Yes, it is our right. Question number 2, when you take in a breath of New York air, do you expect it will be free of hazardous air pollutants, free of formaldehyde, benzene, ethane, carbon monoxide? Yes, it is our right. Question number 3. Do you want the forests and wildlife of New York that you enjoy today to be here for the joy and benefit of future generations? Yes, it is all right. Well, as New Yorkers, you know and I know that we can't have these things if Millennium, CPV, and their fracking cronies are allowed to pursue their dirty fossil fuel plans. With the Millennium Projects and CPV, hundreds of acres of forest, farmland, wetlands, private property, public lands will all be torn up or torn down. Many have already been lost. Hazardous pollutants will spew into the air, harming the health of every person and animal around. The health of rivers like the Neversink will be placed in jeopardy. Species like the Neversink's population of dwarf wedge mussel, already endangered and on the brink, could be lost, never there for future generations to enjoy. Economically, Millennium and CPV will also cost us. Just the Eastern System upgrade portion of this morass of infrastructure will cost New York communities over $19 billion in lost property values, lost jobs, lost income, lost local tax revenues. We will lose it all. But we know, we've heard, we know there's a better path. There's the clean energy path that will give us the energy we need, and it will give us jobs, enduring jobs, more jobs, in fact, 8 times the number of jobs if we invest in it instead. And it will protect our clean water, our clean air, and our healthy environments for those of us who are here today and the generations yet to come. We are here today for one very simple reason. The gas drillers want to frack us. The pipeline companies want to FERC us. And too many government officials want to forget us. Well, we're here to say to Governor Cuomo, don't frack us, don't FERC us, and certainly don't forget us. Instead, free us. Free us from the threats and harms of Millennium and CPV. Free us from a dependence on dirty fossil fuels. Free us from a doomed path towards the most severe impacts of climate change. Free us with the clean energy future that will protect our air, will protect our water, and will protect our very lives. Free us by using your authority, Governor Cuomo, to say no to Millennium and CPV, because it is our right.
Many of you were here together in 2014 for a ban on fracking. How many of you were part of that movement? Woo! Do you remember our call at the time? It was not one well, not one sacrifice zone. But this is what you're looking at. You're looking at a sacrifice zone right now, my friends. Right here, standing in front of you, are children who have been poisoned by fracked gas in the state of New York. And they were forced to leave their homes. Look at how many dozens of communities are being sacrificed from Pennsylvania and New York State for 100 to 150 fracking wells per year. These are fracking wells with our name on it, with your name on it. Fracking wells that are making cancer rates and infant mortality rates rise, have New York's name on it. Earthquakes, flammable water, sick children, with our state's name on it. Is this okay? No! This is all being built in our name, actually in New York City's name. And so we have a responsibility to step up and say no. No to our governor, no to the corrupt companies, and no to a policy that deems everybody and everything and all life expendable.
If you're willing to take the pledge, if you're willing to put, listen, I was in jail a very little time for contempt of court. It actually was a prison. It can be done. You can survive it. Whether you can or not, as this escalates, and it will escalate, because they are not stopping. We have to stop them. Then you might as well get in some practice. Sign up on the sheet. Put your body where your mouth is.